Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. This will be taken short. Shedding through the defense. Runs over it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Push him back. Push him back. Tight dog.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Left to right. Hey, exit. Load it. Right, 89.
From the gun, Rivers. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch.
180.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Load it. Hey, orbit. Hey, I want to go load it. Q. I got him. Hey, Rocket. Hey. Load it. Hey, Rocket. Hey, I want to go load it.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Get ready. Wait, 180. 2 times. 3. Oh,
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs.
24 is the mark. Watch it slap. Watch out. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey, go 66.
Shotgun now for Brady. Finding Gabriel, complete. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
No, I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
In on the tackle, the former All-Pro Chris Harris.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary.
Let's bring it. 24 is the mark.
Bud. Give me that ball. Let's go out. No, 66.
24 is the mark. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Hey, Alabama.
From the gun, it's Brady.
Check 50.
Looking for Gannon, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Set. Block 15.
Black by 4. Get him. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Light.
He's coming. We got double up. Shift. Watch the shift.
On 1st and 10 is counter. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. James Conner with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joseph now to kick this one away. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
Coleman now. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
Let's go.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. On 1st and 10, Rivers. This complete left side to Aguilar. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Load it.
Right back to Conner here on 1st. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
After one, it's 9-0. Ready for the second quarter from Houston, it's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Hey, check 24. Jim.
Buffalo one.
On on second down now. It's Connor looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Load it! Red! Red!
On third down, Rivers. It's caught by Aguilar. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Left, left, left! Q. Hey! Buffalo walk. Watch twist! Load it! Check 37, check! Hey, ready! Check 24.
They just got that play off. Now Rivers to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
I'm here all day. He's checking. Hey, here we go.
Mike 5-4.
Here's Connor. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Single, slap.
Hey, 79! Hey, Delta! Hey, Haywood!
'54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. All right, D, let's turn. All right, D.
A first down throw here for Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
54, right there. 54 Mike.
Load it! Bravo! Sponge! No! Hey, on his side!
Throwing again. Rivers. That is caught at the 7. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
They'll run here with Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his 2nd touchdown there. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground.
And 6 yards to go.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking from the gun, it's Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Hey, wahoo!
They do go for it. It's Brady. He's going to let this one go deep. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
A give running right is Connor. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports.
Check pass. Check pass. Check.
They'll run here with Connor. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. James Conner on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans push further out in front. The extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Joseph now to kick this one away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
And the Colts first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Brady. Now this is a catch by Ted Ginn. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Brady. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Brady now to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now Brady. Coleman has it here right side. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And Gay knocks this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Busts through the tackle, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10. at their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. This side, baby.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he's going to take this all the way down to the 40-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
It's a run by Coleman to start the third quarter. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tevin Coleman. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes we need...
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Ndamukong Suh able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Check 99. Check. Lucky. Showing it. Check 3.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back. And it'll be third down.
190. Red Delta!
Check.
Room! Hey, Charlie!
On third down, Rivers. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
79!
Mike 5-4.
Hey, Steve 6.
54 is Mike.
Red Delta!
65.
Load it. Hey, Delta!
Deuce.
They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So not only do they convert on fourth, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a first and 10 at the 42-yard line. This is Connor running right. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Brandon Williams, a big tackle, gets him down.
Hey, Delta. Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it. 0. Run 80. Go.
Looking to throw on second down. Rivers. The 20. Completes it to Aguilar. Touchdown, Houston. Nelson Aguilar. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. The first down run got 5. Here's second and 5.
Single.
Hey, back up.
Rivers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Completes it to Coleman. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Brady. It's caught by Coleman. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Here's Brady. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Brady going to throw. And he connects with Yr.1. That one good for 24 yards.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. But he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Brady, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. To throw is Brady. Flush to his right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will get him one closer.
31, Colts 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
17.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I smell fear. Hey, easy. Hey, exit. Switch.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long for Rivers. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. To throw is Rivers. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion. Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now we give right side. Connor. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. No. Load it.
At the Colts 41-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
Running on 1st down with Ware. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Check. Hey, go orange. Watch you. Plus right.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. This complete left side to Aguilar.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run with Connor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Joseph is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Let's go!
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches. Now Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And Ginn's got it. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Wide, Eddie! Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Check 43. Check. Hey, Alabama. Hey, Alpha. Mike 50. Let's go, D. Mike. Go, Bandit.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Blake Martinez. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing now is Brady. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And this one will be brought back to the 22. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. On first down, Ware. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were